You're listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
Working Like Dogs is brought to you by Dog.com. For everything and anything dog, shop Dog.com today for all the top brands. Greenies, Frontline, Kong, Nylabone, Royal Canin, and more. Shop at Dog.com and use the promo code SADWORK, SADWORK, and get $15 off your order of $75 or more.
Hello and welcome to Working Like Dogs on Pet Life Radio. I'm your host, Marcie Davis, along with my trusty service dog, Whistle, and we're thrilled to be with you today to talk about our favorite subject, working dogs and working animals. And today our guest is Dayan Fisher, and he is one of our Hollywood greats who has done all kinds of roles in National Treasure with Nicolas Cage and NCIS, among many other roles. But one of his most favorite and important roles is as dad to his two dogs, which is what he's going to talk about today. He's going to share his stories about Burton and Monkey and how they changed his life. And we're so excited to have him today. So come right back after these messages as we visit with David.
We'll be right back, right after these messages. Stay tuned.
There's a movement afoot. ShoeBuy.com. Join the millions of people who shop ShoeBuy.com's over 400 brands and 500,000 products. Order now and get free shipping and free return shipping. ShoeBuy.com, the world's greatest shoe store.
Walk your dog in style and comfort. Enter the code WORKING, WORKING, at checkout and get a 10% discount plus free shipping at ShoeBuy.com.
Love your pets but wish their medications were a lot less expensive? They are at 1-800-PET-MEDS. You'll not only save on flea and heartworm medications, but on prescriptions for arthritis, incontinence, thyroid, and more. And you get fast service, free shipping, and a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Plus, our licensed pharmacists ensure accuracy, monitor drug interaction, and more. See why over 5 million people have trusted their pet's health to 1-800-PET-MEDS, America's largest pet pharmacy. Call now or order online.
Go to petmeds.com/work, WORK, to get 10% off any order and free shipping on orders of $39 or more at petmeds.com.
Coast to coast and around the world, it's Oh Behave with Arden Moore. Find out why cats and dogs do the things they do and get the latest buzz from wagging tongues and tails in Rin Tin Tinseltown. From famous pet experts and best-selling authors to television and movie stars, you'll get great tail-wagging pet tips and have a fur-flying fun time. All Behave with America's pet edutainer, Arden Moore. Every week on demand. This is the place for a special paparazzi treat. Only on PetLifeRadio.com. Let's talk pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back to Working Like Dogs on Pet Life Radio. And we're with you today to talk to our guest, Dayan Fisher. So hello, David, and welcome to Working Like Dogs.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Well, we're so excited that you could be with us today, and we have so much to talk about, but we really, first of all, I have to ask you to tell us about Burton and Monkey.
Okay, both rescue dogs, both terrier mutts. Burton was at a street fair rescue when I picked him up and completely changed my life. I was, let's just say I had the perfect life that anyone would want living here in Hollywood. Just finished making National Treasure and a movie called Librarian, and I'd just done 24 and then started my stint on NCIS. And in anyone's eyes, I had the perfect life, but I was miserable and was drinking. And as soon as I got my dog, everything fell into place, and I just became far happier than I ever was, and it had nothing to do with any of the other reasons I thought that would bring me happiness. So, yeah, Burton came along and woke me up, and then about a year later, my ex-girlfriend found a little 6-pound puppy covered in fleas wandering around on a building site. I was supposed to look after him for a week until she found a new home, but Burton fell in love with him, and then I got Monkey. So I now have Burton and Monkey.
Wow. Well, I know when I was reading about you and thinking about your life and your experience in getting Burton, it reminded me so much of my experience of getting my first service dog, which changed my life so much, which I was like you. I thought I was living a great life and independent until this dog came into my life and showed me all the things that I was missing and that I could be doing because of that dog. And it seems so similar to your experience with Burton and some of the challenges that you were experiencing in life and how Burton changed that for you.
Well, it gave me a reason to want to be here, and a reason to be the person I am now. I don't know. I don't think I liked who I was before. I liked what I was doing, but he definitely woke me up.
Yeah, it sounds like it. So how long have you had Burton?
Okay, he was 3 in July, so it's been nearly 3 years. I got him at 4 months old.
Yeah, wow. And how long after you got him that you feel like you woke up? Was it instant? Was it love at first sight?
I have to say that I was, it was love at first sight. I was actually walked past him and he was chewing on a bone at the rescue tent, and I thought, I need to get a dog in my life. I need that responsibility. And I walked past, but something, made me look at him. I came back after going to get a drink, and I just looked at him again, and I picked him up, and when you're watching a movie and they're doing the safe and and it goes clunk. I picked him up and something in my world, in my body, in my being clunked. And I turned around and said, I've got to have this dog. I was even looking at myself thinking, what are you doing? But something, I had to have him. So, with a little bit of charm, I managed to go home with him that day. And it's been amazing ever since.
Yeah, so you two really clicked with one another. You both needed each other. He needed you. Yeah. What was the agency, the organization that you got him from?
That was called Miracle Dog Rescue.
Okay. And are you is that the group that you're working with now?
I'm working with, right now, for the first 6 months, I'm working with In Defense of Animals. This is a place that's my first donations from a book that I've written, Puppy School. So In Defense of Animals, and then eventually I'll be donating along the way to all different charities.
Yeah, that's awesome. Where is In Defense of Animals? Where are they based?
I think they're based in California, but they're worldwide. They actually have a center in Africa for orphan chimpanzees, and they do something in Africa for elephants, I think orphan elephants. They're worldwide animal rescue to do with dogs, cats here in America. They're basically an international, animal company.
Yeah, that's awesome. Charity. Yeah, that's so great. Well, tell us, because not only you're an actor and done all of these amazing acting jobs, but you've also written the book Puppy School. Did you know that you were an author, or was that something that clicked? Well,
I have been writing movie scripts and perfecting my writing for them, but this story for Puppy School, this fictional story, came to me in a dream, so there was no preparation for it. I literally came home one day after telling a friend's dog that he needed to go to puppy school because he was unruly. But when I told him that, it kind of stuck in my head. Puppy school, that's a good name for a movie or a book. Anyway, that night I went home, and in my dream, like a movie, it ran, and I was aware. It was like there was two of me, the person that was dreaming and me that was watching this dream, but I was still asleep. And I watched this movie, and halfway through, I'm like, I've got to write this down. This is an incredible story. But I thought I wanted to see the rest of it. It was like stopping a movie, putting it on pause. So I, in my sleep, carried on, and the dream carried on. And at the end, I had this huge smile and warm feeling, knowing that I would never forget it, and just went back to sleep. In the morning, I literally wrote down the story. And 95% of the book, as it stands, is the dream. So this is the story of a dream that became a reality, and it's been a wonderful process to get it produced.
Wow. So can you tell our listeners a little bit about the book, about the story in the book? without giving away too much?
Okay, I got the book here in front of me, so maybe I should just read from the back here. Look, this is the story of a little dog monkey who wanted to make something of his life. He was laughed at and told to give up his dreams. Finding the courage and with great determination, our little hero goes on an amazing venture. Basically, puppy school is where pedigree dogs go. Only pedigree dogs go to earn their doggery, you see, and mutts aren't allowed. It's very much about class and equality, courage and friendship. But our little mutt monkey, by hook nor crook, manages to sneak in and makes a good friendship with a pedigree Labrador called Burton. And the rest is quite an amazing little adventure.
Yeah, well, I just got the book myself, and I've just started reading it, and I'm enjoying it already. And I was really excited because it's quite long for a children's book, which is really cool.
It actually can be read. An adult, well, most dog lovers and anyone that's still got the child within them that has read this adult-wise, it can be read in 45 minutes. But it's a wonderful read. Everybody's thoroughly enjoying it. I'm quite amazed. And living in Hollywood, originally wanted it to be a movie. People are telling me this has got to be a movie. There's a lot of talk, and I'm sure eventually, please God, it does transfer to the big screen. It is a wonderful tale. Excuse the pun.
Well, and and also the artwork is really great in it as well. Who did the artwork?
Oh, this is a friend of a friend's, Kurt Hartman, and it also was a wonderful process to bring alive the characters and the scenery in the book. Everybody's commented how wonderful it is. I wanted to do it in an old style. I'm very much a fan of Disney growing up, so a lot of people have said it's kind of Lady and the Trampish, but yeah. I originally didn't want pictures, but then I gave the story as the manuscript to some kids, and they loved it, but they wanted pictures. So I went and got some illustrations done, and I gave it back to other kids, and other kids said, "You love it, but we want more pictures." So I went and got more pictures done, and that, from it being just a chapter book, it turned into a chapter picture book, which is wonderful.
It is. I mean, the pictures are so great. I mean, you really do have the makings. I mean, it's almost like a storyboard going on with the illustrations. It's really nice.
Yeah, I have been told by a very top director and producer that the pictures were so well done and beautifully placed that he said you literally directed this story. So
yeah,
that was a good compliment.
Yeah. Well, I think it was well deserved. It's really nice. Very cool. So you wrote the book. You said it came to you in a dream. How long had you had Burton when you had the dream?
This whole process, I suppose it's taken a year and a half to come to fruition. So I'd had him a year and a half, and after a year, we got Monkey. So, taken about a year and a half from having the dream to literally writing out the story, and then got to write it out again and again, and just kind of like it was a lot longer. Then giving it to children to read, and giving it to adults to read, and getting it back, and then having it edited, and edited again, then having the cover drawn, and then giving it to people, and then the kids telling me I needed more drawings done. It took about a year or so to get all this together.
Yeah. Well, and how did you go about getting it published? Was it hard to do that?
I have formed my own publishing company because I have now another 3 children's books. I've decided, especially because I want to donate money to dog rescue and animal charities, that through, doing radio, through publicity, I will run this through my own company and thus be able to donate more money to the charities. It's just the way I wanted to do it.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Yeah, because you have so much more control that way, which is really nice.
It's a lot more work, a little bit more expensive, but yes, a lot more control. Of course, it would be very nice to be with a huge publishing company from the beginning, but they give you a very small percentage.
Yes, that's so true. And that certainly is the trend now, that people are self-publishing now. With all the technology, you can really do some amazing things as an independent, which is what you've done, which is just so remarkable.
Yeah, the evolution of the publishing world has changed to enable far more people to get books out there. Of course, again, you're battling against big giants with huge budgets, but it is not impossible, and many, many people have proved it to be a success.
Yeah, definitely. So you said you're working on 2 other books? 2 other children's books?
Well, other than Puppy School, there are two other stories. One is a picture poem book. The other is a picture, and that's called The Child That Always Smiled, which again was a poem I wrote that came just literally as quick as I could write. It came out. Then there's Oakley and the Grump, which is about a grumpy old man who meets a wise old oak tree, and the oak tree teaches him through nature how to live again. But the sequel, or I suppose it's a sequel to Puppy School, which is set in Hollywood. And,
of course.
Of course, it's set in Hollywood, and they get hounded by the paparazzi, not the paparazzi. And we have a detective agency called the Dog's Nose.
Oh.
So that is all I'm saying about that. That is actually being written at the moment, and it's quite a wonderful little story.
Oh, it sounds like it. It sounds like it. Well, we are going to take a quick break and hear some important messages from our sponsors, and we'll be back in just a few seconds to continue talking with Dayan Fisher and hearing more about the projects that he's working on. So please come right back.
We'll be right back, right after these messages. Stay tuned.
FTD's network of over 40,000 florists around the world have been creating beautiful handcrafted arrangements for 100 years. Each arrangement is delivered the same day and backed by FTD's 7-day satisfaction guarantee. For a century, people have trusted their most important occasions to the flower experts at FTD.
Since Pet Life Radio is all about puppy dogs and flowers, our listeners, that's you, can get a 20% discount on your order. Just go to fleurop.com and use the code WORK1234 at checkout. FLEUROP.com, code word WORK1234. At
Petco, we really love pets. There isn't anything we won't do to make sure they're getting the best products and the best care. So when you ask us a question like,
so how do you feel about cat condos?
We can say from experience,
feels like home for her.
Enter the code WORK10, WORK, the number 10, and get 10% off any order. No minimum at petco.com.
Hello? Danica, where have you been?
Oh, Grandma, I've been busy, racing, GoDaddy girl.
Oh, I built my own online store with GoDaddy.
Really? Let me see. Grandma'sAuction.com. Hey, are those Grandpa's golf clubs?
Grandma needs her bingo money.
Use promo code WORK10, WORK, the number 10, and get a .com domain name for just $7.49 at GoDaddy.com. If you ask the question, what do I want? What do I need? I'll take affection. I really should mention I need time. I need love. I crave attention. Listen to waiting by the door. With shaking tails and happy hearts. And running circles round the floor. That's always when the party starts. For me, they are my friends. They are my children. They are the furry brothers and kids. They are my family. They understand me. That's how I love my pets.
I Love My Pets, the new single by Mark Winter, available on iTunes.
Welcome to Sassy Seniors, a show about our fabulous older dogs and cats. I'm your host, Kelly Jackson. I wanted to create a show to really showcase our senior pets. And, as the human population ages and lives longer, of course, so are our wonderful pets. But many of us with aging pets, it's so interesting. We have a tough time realizing or really admitting that they are seniors. So, in a way, I kind of like to think of our senior pets as wise puppies. What do you think about that? Be sure to join us for another edition of Sassy Seniors. And remember, celebrate your senior pets.
Every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back to Working Like Dogs on Pet Life Radio. And we're visiting today with Burton and Monkey's dad, Dayan Fisher, who's talking about his very cool book that he's finished, Puppy School. And we were talking about Puppy School, and you were also telling us about the other projects that you have, which now we're all going to be waiting with bated breath to get those copies of those two other books that you're working on. But I have to ask you, as you've had Burton and Monkey, what do you think has been the greatest life-changing lesson that you've learned from them, David?
I think, being in this town where everybody, thinks it's all glitzy parties and stars walking around, it's taught me that no matter what, these two wonderful little creatures have made me wealthy beyond my dreams. I'm happy. There is no problem as soon as I look at them. The problem vanishes because they put everything in perspective, and you can't buy that. And I know plenty of people who are very wealthy and not happy at all. They're struggling and striving and trying to buy their happiness. And I don't know, this is a wonderful piece they give me. It's truly quite amazing. So because of what they've given me, this book is this wonderful dream that I had is my way now of paying back. And I have a ridiculous figure I'd like to hit to try and give back to dog charities and dog pounds and try and stop the puppy mills and through the proceeds of this book. That's what I want to do, is pay back.
Yeah, that's so beautiful that you're doing that. And that's so uncommon because a lot of people say that they're going to do those things, but you're really doing that and exploring ways where you can really maximize your opportunity to do that, which is just so incredible. So how do you pick the organizations that are going to benefit from the sales of your book?
In defense of animals, the charity that I know of through going to some of their events and believing and donating to their causes. So that's the first choice. Obviously, after this, I will go to another charity and work with another charity. It obviously is best for the book to have charities that can help the book itself sell so that we can donate more money. The more publicity we can get for the book, the more books that sell, the more we can donate. And I will be writing checks to smaller, to Miracle Dog Rescue, where I got Burton from. Without a doubt, I want to give them some money. So I wish I could help them all. But it's really to get this book to be as big as it can be, to get it turned into a movie. Then, with the right deal, I really can, donating the amount of money this could possibly donate with a wonderful animated version of this book could be fantastic.
Yeah, it really could be. It could really touch a lot of animals and a lot of humans that could get these wonderful dogs. So tell us, how can our listeners get the book? How can they buy Puppy School?
Many of the normal channels online, you can buy the book. But the best place to buy the book, to do the best amount of good, I always say that this book is a great gift for Christmas because it will be giving back. Most probably, I think it's more than 50% of the profit to helping animals. So the best place will be direct from the distributor, which is atlasbooks.com. So atlasbooks.com, the same as going anywhere else online, but it basically generates more money to give back. Whereas if you go to Amazon or barnesandnoble.com, which does sell it, they take such a large percentage that it reduces the charitable donation that I can give. So yes, atlasbooks.com.
Okay, great. And we'll include that information on our website so that people can definitely get on and get it from the best place so that the animals can get the maximum benefit from their purchase of Puppy School, which is very cool and exactly what we all want to happen so that the animals can benefit. That's so great. So tell us, what other projects are you working on? You mentioned a couple of the other books that you're working on. Or do you have any other acting projects in the works?
I know that NCIS, the TV show I've been popping in and out of now for 4 seasons as this rogue CIA agent Trent Court, I know they're talking of bringing me in the new year to shoot a couple of episodes, so that's coming up, and that's quite wonderful to play that character. Just a just auditioned for a very big movie and another TV show. So, anything can happen at any moment for me. But that's the process that's going on right now.
Well, that's exciting, and it's great that you're balancing all of that and still writing and doing so many of your creative outlets. It sounds like you have so much going on.
Oh, it's wonderful. To create is my life. I thoroughly enjoy it, and I get to be with my dogs. It's quite wonderful if I'm not working, acting, and sometimes a studio will let me bring the dogs in, and they stay in the trailer while I'm working. And if not, I have someone look after them. So when I'm not working, I'm happy because I get to be with my dogs. And when I'm working, I love my work. It's a win-win. It's a win-win for me.
Yeah, that's nice. Well, what are some of the favorite things that you like to do with your dogs? Do you guys go on walks or play?
Every single morning, we are up at 5 o'clock and we get out to the canyons, which are in Griffith Park in Hollywood. It's where the Hollywood sign is. There's a park called Griffith Park where the observatory is, and it's actually the biggest park in any metropolitan city in the world. And it's not actually a man-made park. It's wilderness. They have coyotes and bobcats there, and we go out usually before sunrise, and I take my camera with me because I love taking photos and photography. And we go out and walk and get to the highest point in LA and take a few photos and do some stretches, and then we come back, and we do that every single morning, and I love it, really do. They thoroughly enjoy themselves, and then we go to a big meadow underneath the Hollywood sign where it's a kind of unofficial dog park. We do that every afternoon, and they get to meet their same old friends, and they play every day. And depending on the tides, we go to Malibu every week as well. So
nice.
They have a wonderful life, but I love it because everywhere they like being is nature, and it's quite good to get out of the city or be in nature.
Yeah, well, it sounds like they really help you to balance all of that, all the chaos that can be in the working world, and really get down to what's important of being out in nature and being together with the ones you love.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's this just simply lying on the floor with these two little scruffy mutts. I can, without the TV on or anything, I can be in hysterics laughing at them of an evening. It's just, it really is that wonderfully simple.
That's so great. Well, I am so glad that you took the time. Thank you so much for being with us today. And we know how busy you are, so we're so glad you stopped by to tell us about your book and all the other great books that are to come. And I know that you have a website for puppyschoolthebook.com. Is that correct, David?
Yep, that's correct. puppyschoolthebook.com. You'll actually see all the pictures of the real characters, because the dream I had, the funny thing is, it's kind of like my Wizard of Oz. When I woke up in the dream, there was like Burton and Monkey, who were the leads in the story, weren't my dogs, but they had the essence of them. And one of the characters was my mother. One of the characters, Principal Perry, was my ex-girlfriend's 17-year-old dog. And all the real characters in the book photographs are on the website, and it gives you the story of the story.
Well, I know our listeners are going to want to check that out, and they're going to want to purchase the book. And not only is it a wonderful story, but as we talked about, the amazing illustrations that it has is just another added bonus. So it's just such a delight, and I'm enjoying reading it, and I know that our listeners will love Puppy School. So I hope that they will check that out, not only for their own enjoyment, but to continue the giving and to make sure that those dollars go to support agencies like In Defense of Animals and the other programs that I'm sure you'll be partnering with in the days to come.
Yeah, the more the merrier, as we say. But no, without a doubt, I'm actually really seeing it at the moment, and I'm still loving the story,
Yeah, well, it's wonderful. And I hope you'll come back and visit with us as your other projects come to fruition, and as we get to enjoy those too. We look forward to that.
Oh, no, without a doubt. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, our listeners, for being with us today, and we look forward to being with you again soon. And if you have any questions or comments or ideas for what you want to hear on Working Like Dogs, please email me. My email is Marcie, Marcie, at PetLifeRadio.com. So thanks so much for being with us, and we look forward to being with you again soon. Take good care.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.